Kia ora and welcome to Thursday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect New Zealand. I'm David Chaston and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz, and today we lead with news that in search of short-term riches, the Cook Islands is establishing itself as a haven base for deep-sea mining to be used by both great powers. But first, American mortgage applications rose last week with a modest 3.1% gain from the prior week, attributed to a small fall in benchmark mortgage interest rates. It was the stronger 5% refinance activity that drove the modest gain rather than new home purchases there. Those benchmark rates may keep falling. There was a slightly softer demand for the latest overnight US Treasury 10-year note auction, but the resulting median yield came in at 4.20%, down from 4.31% at the prior equivalent event a month ago. However, the yield is up more on recent levels. Separately, the New York Fed monitoring of the global supply chain pressure eased again in July. In Canada, they are seeing residential real estate markets operating like we see here. For example, Toronto sales transactions are rising, up 13% in July from a year ago, but prices are falling, down 5.4% on the same basis. And the Reserve Bank of India kept its key policy rate at 5.5% during its August meeting, now holding a neutral stance, following a larger than expected 50 basis point decrease in June. There were no surprises here, and the rate remains at its lowest level since August 2022. Easing inflation and the recent US tariff challenges were key considerations. Meanwhile, the US has doubled its tariffs on India to 50% as punishment for buying Russian oil. Interestingly, it has boosted Modi's standing at home in India and brought bipartisan support there for him in resisting the US. In China, they brought in a 3,600 yuan per year childcare subsidy for under threes, designed to boost household consumption and ease pressure on family budgets. Encouraging childbirth is probably the core motivation for this subsidy. It is just another in a broadening range of consumer subsidies China is rolling out to support its economy and build domestic demand. EU retail sales volumes impressed in overnight data released for June. They're up 3.1% on a volume basis, the best increase since September 2024. German gains were particularly strong, up 4.8% on the same volume basis. But new German factory orders again disappointed in June, down 1% in volume terms, although this was twisted by some lumpy large orders. Excluding those, the change is a gain of 0.5% in volume terms. Large-scale items include aircraft, ships, trains and military vehicles. Australia said living costs for all types of households rose in June. Over the past year, all living cost indexes rose between 1.7% and 3.1%, slowing from annual rises of between 2.4% and 3.5% in the March quarter. In the South Pacific, the Cook Islands is becoming a renegade state. Its deal with China allows the Chinese to use it as a base for deep-sea mining. And now the US is keen to use it in the same way. These great powers see one of the most promising regions for deep-sea mineral deposits. These nations are keen to plunder as far away from themselves as possible. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.22%, up 2 basis points from yesterday. And the price of gold will start today at $3,374 an ounce, down $5 from yesterday. American oil prices have slipped back again, down another 50 cents to just under $65 a barrel, with the international Brent price holding at just over $67.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now at 59.4 US cents, up 40 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're unchanged at 91.3 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're also unchanged at 51 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just on 67.1 and up 20 basis points. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $115,465 and up 1.6% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours, though, has been low at just under plus or minus 0.9%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.